Isn't it interesting to listen to mainstream media talk about these interviews that Vice President Harris is doing with folks who are not considered mainstream media?
They don't think she is serious. They don't think she's a heavyweight. And a lot of this is gender, but she's got to be more specific about her economic plan. I think they've got to double down on doing more interviews and serious interviews.
It turns out that the podcast interview that she did, the first interview, they have 5 million people that listen to this podcast in a week's period. Now, there ain't that many mainstream media outlets that are going to be able to say that they have a product that can bring in 5 million people listening or watching or anything else.
One of the biggest conversations in this year's election revolves around a woman's body.
Mm-hmm. So the Call Her Daddy interview podcast had a very interesting question that I don't think we would have heard on mainstream media. But the reason that you hear folks in mainstream media complaining is that this may be the moment, the demarcation point, where you have a major candidate running for president, a major party candidate, doing interviews and ignoring mainstream media as they do those interviews and getting big audience. Remembering, of course, that Vice President Harris needs to get swing voters. That's part of what's going on here. But at some point, mainstream media is going to start to lose control of the steering wheel of control over these narratives and over these national conversations. And quite frankly, this might be the moment.
I want to take a moment, and can we try to think of any law that gives the government the power to make a decision?
I know what you're going to ask.
About a man's body.
No.
Is there any law?
No. Look, we are a work in progress. But here's one of the many things I so love about our country. Part of the strength of our country and our evolution as a country has been through the fight for the expansion of rights.
They don't think she is serious. They don't think she's a heavyweight.